Hello, Dumaguete.
Hello, Negros Oriental.
Hello, Sillimanians around the world.
This is Joshua Soldivillo.
And this is Ronelyn Vailoces-No.
You're watching
Silliman.
Hello, Sillimanians!
And hello, Silliman University!
I hope you're doing well despite the busy schedules brought about by your academic demands, especially now that the university midterm examinations are just around the corner.
But do you know what season it is for our university this month?
Well, it is the University Christian Life Emphasis Month, otherwise known as the
UCLAM. But before anything else, allow us to introduce ourselves. My name is Rochelle Taub.
And I am Ryan Ibrahim from
the Silliman University League of Hosts. And you are watching #Silliman.
Today, we will be going around campus to ask our seniors about their Galilean Fellowship experience. So, without further ado, let's get started! Good evening, everyone. We're currently here right now at the Mary Marquis Smith Hall, and together with us is the Dean of the College of Nursing, Dr. Vailoces-No. Good evening, ma'am. How are you?
Good evening. It has been a long day, but we're still very active up to this time because we are supervising how the Galilean Fellowship is going on with our Level 4 students.
Okay, ma'am, so we would just want to ask you a few questions. I'm just curious, what are your thoughts about this SAM's UCLAM theme, which is just a pinch of salt, seeking, affirming, and living the truth?
I think it's a very appropriate theme, especially if you are studying here in Silliman University, because we always say that we look up to Jesus Christ as the way, the truth, and the life. And in every facet of university life, this should be seen, not just in our faculty or in our staff, but also in our students. And this is one of the very important learnings that this school should be able to imbibe in our students, who are soon to be professionals and are going to influence a bigger world.
Yeah, thank you so much, ma'am. And for our next question is, how important do you think is the participation of the College of Nursing students in this year's Galilean Fellowship?
Oh, it's really very important, and we would have wanted that all our students really participate. However, maybe due to some limitations, we are just encouraging the Level 4 students to participate. And the other levels will still have to wait for their turn. I think it's important, and it is not only in Galilean that we talk about these things and the Christian values that we teach our students, because in our classrooms, we also do so. But allocating a certain month or a certain week adds to the emphasis of how important it is. And I think everybody, I'm sure maybe not all of them are really very excited for this, but we have to teach it to them. And I think that by hindsight, they will realize how important it is.
Yes, thank you so much, ma'am. I will also believe, ma'am, that this experience would allow them to reflect on their experiences as students and also ground whatever principles that they have already upheld relating to the Christian values that Silliman University also upholds. So
And they will also appreciate this in the future when they become professionals themselves.
Yes. So thank you so much, ma'am,
Thank you
for
so
taking
much,
the time and
ma'am.
effort to be interviewed. And this is #Silliman.
Silliman.
Hello, good evening, everybody. We are here at the College of Arts and Sciences, and together with us,
Brian Hubert Florendo.
I am Soldivillo Deloria.
Alright, so this afternoon, or this evening rather, we'll be asking you questions about your Galilean Fellowship experience, which will be happening not later than sooner. So are you guys ready?
Yes.
Yes, very ready.
Okay, so I just want to ask this question. What comes to your mind when you hear the word salt?
What comes into mind is ang dagat, salty man ang dagat, yes.
Correct.
And when I think of the sea, I think of like the story of how it became salty. Somehow.
Deep answers.
Well, perhaps similar sa okay. Salt, it's... But rather, if I think of the word salt, really, salt as in
The spice.
the spice. And yes.
So, what are your expectations for your Galilean Fellowship experience tonight?
So for the Galilean Fellowship tonight, I do expect to grow closer or have stronger faith to the Lord God, and to really connect more with our Creator.
So, what about you?
I really don't know what to expect. Probably mag-Israeli na dagimana about like experiences. Of course, I think since dedicated dito 40 years, I think probably experiences after that. So, medyo excited nga, medyo gikuyawan. Thank you.
So thank you so much for taking the time and effort to be interviewed. And this is
#Silliman.
Hello, good evening, everybody. We are currently here with the course instructor from the Sociology and Anthropology Department, Mr. Lance Lagunay. Sir, good evening.
Good evening, no? Good evening, #Silliman.
How are you doing, sir?
No? So right now, no, I just came out of facilitating the Galilean Fellowship. So inside our room, we are facilitating psychology students, no? One group. So there are because many sila. So they are divided into many groups. So right now, they are doing their reflections as we speak. No? So they are reflecting on the story of Daniel. No? So the story of Daniel is also the basis of the theme for this month's University Christian Life Emphasis Month. No? With the theme, just a pinch of salt. No? Salt. So SALT being an acronym for S meaning seek the truth, A meaning affirm the truth, L meaning living the truth, and the T means the truth comes from God. No? So we are imparting to them these values, no, through the story of Daniel, no, and how they can apply it to their lives, no, after their graduation. No? How they can apply teachings from the Bible in real life situations. No? So it may not be exactly the same as what the situation that Daniel was in at that time. But yes, they will be faced with very similar situations, and with that, they will need to have a pinch of salt within themselves. They will need to keep seeking the truth, affirming the truth, and living the truth that comes from God. No? So we taught them to always look back and look within themselves on what their principles really are, what their purpose really is, no? On why they are here in the first place, and where they will be in the future. No? So what this UCLEM teaches us is that to always remain steadfast in our faith, and to always uphold the values that a Silliman University education will teach us when we roam the world near or far.
Alright, so thank you so much, sir, for your insights about not only the theme but also the importance of the attendance or the participation of the students in this year's Galilean Fellowship. So once again, this is
#Silliman.
Hello, good evening, everyone. We're currently here at the Angelo King building with the students from the Institute of Rehabilitative Sciences, and together with us,
I'm Rafi.
I'm Serene. I'm Crystal.
I'm Nario.
and this evening we'll be asking them several questions about their experiences with the Galilean Fellowship.
So for the first one, I would like you to describe your Galilean Fellowship experience in one word only. So can we start with you?
The one word that I would use to describe the Galilean Fellowship would be reassurance.
What about
Mine would be grateful.
Mine would be enlightening.
For the last one would be pineapple.
So the next question is, what is the greatest lesson that you've learned from the entirety of this experience? Let's start with you.
So the lesson that I really learned with this Galilean Fellowship that we did, to be a salt. Salt means seeking seeking the truth, affirming the truth, living. Yeah. Sorry guys. Then, truth. Para do kapaylo na narabas mo snacks ba?
So what about you?
The greatest takeaway I had would be that even in our greatest struggles, the Lord is with us, and that He will continue to be with us as long as we have faith in Him.
Mine would be like being grateful of what we have right now, and yeah, mag-thank you Rachel ka kung sa imong na-attitude karon kay basi pagkaugma wala na. So just be grateful.
My greatest takeaway would be somewhat similar to all three of them, where I am assured, like I said before, in the one word to basically summarize it, and I basically know now that the Lord is with us, even through trials and tribulations and in the different challenges in life. I know that there will always be a person, or at least a being, that's on our side and will continue to help us.
So thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much, Ate
Thank you so
Sofia, for
much.
sharing your insights. And once again, this is
Hashtag Silliman.
Hello, good evening, everyone. We're currently here at Occidental Hall with the students from the College of Agriculture, and together with us,
Simon Vidal here from level 4 in agriculture.
John Sindu from level 4 College of Agriculture, and then major in animal science.
I'm Mel Justine Maestrado from also the College of Agriculture, 4th year agribusiness.
and so we have questions for them about their experiences in the Galilean Fellowship. So, in one word, how would you describe your entire experience with all the activities that you've undergone this evening?
For me, a single word that would describe this experience today would be insightful.
For me, it's being like joyful.
It's a confirmation and a relief to go through this. That's it.
Okay, so now what about your most important takeaway or the lesson that you have learned through this Galilean Fellowship?
The lesson I learned in this Galilean is because it's like having the patience and what you call that one. Also courage to wait and trust in God. Like all your problems and all your faith you must put it in God, because like everything that everything you ask in God's guidance, it will be given to you. So you just have to wait the right time and then right timing for it.
Yes, the right time.
So for me, especially in this time that we are like almost graduating, what I took from the experience is that you should always believe in God and what God can help you in your experiences that you are battling.
Okay, so
yeah, ×2 for them.
×2. So you agree?
Yes, I agree with
Yes. So thank you so much
for your insights, and we do hope the best for all of you, knowing that it's gonna be your last 2 months here in Silliman University, knowing most of you are already graduating. So thank you so much, everyone. Once again, this is
#Silliman.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. We're currently here at the Mary Marquis Smith Hall with the seniors from the College of Nursing, and together with us are
Isa Lucero.
And James Magadia.
And this afternoon, we will be asking them a few questions about their Galilean experience, which will be happening this afternoon. So our first question is, what comes to mind when you hear the word salt?
Salt triage.
Salt can also be used as a spice which flavors up your dish.
All right. So, talking about salt, what is your facial expression when you eat a salty food?
Facial grimacing.
Something like this.
And lastly, what are your expectations for tonight's fellowship?
Maybe it can spiritually prepare us for graduation.
I think this fellowship can foster not only the spirituality, but then as well as the expectations that that the student nurses have for their graduation, as well as for the upcoming Holy Week. I think this prepares them to not only connect and bond with each other, but also with the religion, the Lord that they have.
Alright, so thank you so much, Atas and Kuyas, and I do hope that you'll have a fun and reflective experience in your Galilean Fellowship this evening. So, this is
#Silliman.
Hello, good afternoon. We're still here at MMS together with the seniors from the College of Nursing, and together with us are
Jam.
Fatima.
Shaira.
Josiah.
Queenie. Valerie.
And we will be asking them the same set of questions we prepared for our seniors. And the first question we have is, what comes to mind when you hear the word salt?
Delicious.
Asin. Ryujin.
Preservative.
Salty.
Maalat. Okay, so yes, correct. All of your answers are related to salt. So, speaking of salt, what is your facial expression when you eat a salty food? Can you show us?
Yes, it's yummy.
Yeah, thanks.
Dito na ko to. Parang hindi.
If si Fatima galuto, anak ko.
What about you?
Same vibes.
Nonchalant lang.
Nonchalant. So, walang effect ang salt niya.
And lastly, in one word, describe your expectations for tonight's Galilean Fellowship.
Inspiring.
Soulful. Wholesome.
Nakadungog ko na food. So
Yummy.
So yummy.
Motivating. Inspiring.
Alright.
Thank you so much, Atas and Kuyas. And this is
#Silliman.
Hello, good afternoon. We're currently here at the Andy Building for the Galilean Fellowship of the College of Education. And together with us is...
Hello, I'm Pandari Marquez Sripe, full-time faculty from the Junior High School Department.
And this afternoon, we will be asking him several questions about the experience that they will be having together with the students for this afternoon's or tonight's Galilean Fellowship.
So for our first question, sir, what are your thoughts about the theme, Just a Pinch of Salt?
Okay, actually, this is not my first time facilitating the Galilean Fellowship. Even since I was a student here, college student here in Silliman, I have been facilitating Galilean Fellowships. And I think only few students know that the UCLEM, the University Christian Life Emphasis Month, is the second biggest university-wide activity after the Founders Day. So it's really a significant activity, especially that this second semester, our focus is the students who will be graduating or those who will be leaving the halls of Silliman. And I believe that the theme, Just a Pinch of Salt, taken from the life and inspired from the story of Daniel in the Bible, speaks so much about making a big difference in our society. So I hope that once we finish or once we're done with our Galilean Fellowship, it is our hope and desire that students will realize that they can make a great impact in our society.
Alright, so our second question is, sir, how important do you think is the participation of the students in this semester's Galilean Fellowship?
Well, it's very important and very crucial because this Galilean Fellowship is really intended for the students. So there would be no Galilean Fellowship without the students. So we believe that their participation, their full participation here would make it more meaningful and productive as well, because after this, we hope that their prayers and petitions, because as part of the Galilean Fellowship, will be realized, and we hope that this will become a core memory, especially that they will be leaving the halls of Silliman. And once they graduate, they will remember that they have been a part of this celebration in our university.
All right, thank you so much, sir. And I'm sure that most of the graduating students of the College of Education, as well as those outside this college, will also learn a lot from tonight's Galilean Fellowship. So once again, this is
#Silliman. Good afternoon, everyone. We are still here at the ND building, and together with us are students, senior students from the College of Education. We're here with
Vance,
Gerard. And this afternoon, we will be asking them questions regarding their experience about the Galilean Fellowship that will be happening shortly. So our first question is, what comes to mind when you hear the word salt? Right on, I think of a manga in the boulevard with that salt and kadang sili on it. So like that's my take on the word salt when I hear it the first time. Yeah.
for me, when I hear the word salt, for me, I really like tasteful nga mga pagkaon. So for me, salt is everything. So it can complement to everything that we eat.
What are your expectations for tonight's Galilean Fellowship?
I have so many expectations. One thing is that this is our opportunity for our student teachers to gather, because it's been like so long since we gathered in one space. Kay we're assigned in different schools, so this is the opportunity that we get to talk to each other and make kumustahan sessions. Kay wala na yung nagkita-kita, so I think this is a good opportunity for them. So that's my opinion.
For me, I think it's gonna be fun, and for I'm gonna be more of a lot of blessings. I think it's gonna be a night of unity, and it's gonna be a Christian night. So I'm expecting a lot of things with this special people in my life, because it's gonna be, well, I think it's gonna be our last, right?
Yes, last.
So yeah, I'm expecting a lot. That's why.
Alright, so I do hope that most of you will be able to catch up with one another, get to know yourselves even more through this fellowship. So I do hope that you'll be able to enjoy the entire experience this afternoon, or should I say tonight. So once again, this is
#Silliman.
Hello, good afternoon. We're currently here at the Science Complex with the seniors from the Biology Department of the College of Arts and Sciences. And together with us are
Esther Ann,
Angela Pios.
So this afternoon, we have questions about their Galilean Fellowship experience, which will be happening not later than this hour. So our first question is, what comes to mind when you hear the word salt?
When I hear the word salt, for me it's like grainy, and without salt, everything tastes bland. But with salt, everything is like flavorful, delicious. It gives taste, stuff like that.
Taste. So what about you?
Speaking of bland, pangpasarap ng pagkain.
Correct. So salt indeed adds flavor to our food. Speaking of food, what is your facial expression when you eat a salty food? Can you show it to the camera?
From 1 to 10 on the scale of saltiness, asan mo?
Mga 9.
And lastly, in one word, describe your expectations for tonight's Galilean Fellowship.
Insightful.
Exciting!
Alright, thank you so much, Atas. And you are watching
#Silliman.
Hello, good evening, everyone. We're currently here with the seniors from the School of Public Affairs and Governance, and together with us are
I'm Chris. I'm Timothy.
I'm Marco.
And I'm Kyle.
Tonight, we'll be asking them several questions about their Galilean Fellowship experience, which will be happening shortly. So the first question we have is, what comes to mind when you hear the word salt?
For me, I think it's more of a preservative ingredient.
It adds taste to a food.
Flavor. It definitely adds more taste to the food.
And lastly, what are your expectations for tonight's Galilean Fellowship?
I think it's a really good thing to do since it will really shorten the gap between my belief towards the Holy One.
I think it would be a very nice fellowship between our relationship with God and relationship with other recipients.
I think it will bring us closer with the omnipotent, no? Omnipotent one. Diba?
I think it'll bring us closer with our fellow seniors and towards God as a whole.
Alright, so I do hope that you'll have a fun experience tonight with your fellow seniors as you undergo the Galilean Fellowship before you leave the portals of Silliman. So once again,
This is Silliman.
hello, good evening everyone. We're currently here at the hall for the Galilean Fellowship of the College of Engineering and Design. And together with us is
Sir Joshua Tabada.
Alright, so we will be asking Sir Joshua as one of the facilitators for the CED's Galilean Fellowship about some questions relating to their experience while they're conducting their fellowship. So the first question is,
So, sir, what are your thoughts on the theme of UCLEM, which is just a pinch of salt?
Okay, my thoughts to the theme for this UCLEM's celebration is just a pinch of salt. For it to be an acronym of SALT, seeking, affirming, living for the truth. Okay, basically is giving, or rather, having the faith or being faithful to God and to Jesus with everything that we do for to school, extracurricular activities, or other, even your families and friends, or just being by yourself. Mangani. And for that, it encompasses everything that we do. So, yeah.
alright, so the second question is, how important do you think is the participation of the CED students in this semester's Galilean Fellowship?
It's very, very important. It's a great opportunity for them to experience, if not embody the Euclid theme. Okay, it's also very important for them to understand as to how to embody and to also internalize what it means to become a pinch of salt, to add flavor, and by that to have faith and to spread that faith, that belief that we have in Jesus Christ and in God Himself.
Alright, so thank you so much for your thoughts, sir, and I do hope that the students will also learn a lot from this semester's Galilean Fellowship. And as we know, also the students actually add flavor to the university life that everybody enjoys here at Silliman University. So once again, this is
Silliman. Good evening, everyone. We're currently at the NAB building with our senior pharmacy students from the College of Arts and Sciences, and we're here with
Reynald S. Zamora,
Kyle Antoinette Diluvio.
Maria Venus Bay Cañada.
Maria Vanessa Fananan.
So for your first question, I'd like to ask, what is your most important takeaway from your fellowship this evening?
So my first takeaway is that as Christians, not just only Silliman students, we should be resilient, and also that we should become salts of the earth and use our platform, whatever field we are today, to also inspire the areas where we will end up.
Actually, we talked about the story of Daniel just a while ago inside, and then I think my most significant takeaway from it is that we always have to let our faith be bigger than our fear. And given that we are senior students, we are about to take the board exam, so we really have to overcome the worry and fear, and we should always hold on to our faith.
Alright, so like my key takeaway from like the fellowship that we just had is to like not let your worry get the best of you. So basically, as people, you know, we all have things that we worry about, and especially that we are senior students and that we're gonna be like going into this next chapter in our lives, and that we don't know like the exact path that we are going to be taking. We have ideas and all that, but basically there's still like doubts and all. So there should be worry along the way, but that should not be like the main driving point into like making us be afraid of what's to come. So it's just like to trust God, to have faith in God and in yourself, because you just have to do what you have to do and leave the rest to like the Almighty One.
My biggest takeaway from this fellowship tonight would have to be the art of preservation and really just not overthinking everything as it goes along the way. Because as we are seniors right now, we may be at the end of our college journey, but that doesn't mean that we're in the end of our journey with life, right? So we have to learn that while we can plan for the future, and what we really learned from the story of Daniel there is don't worry so much about everything to the point where you are pushing yourself over and over.
So the next question is, how would you apply all the learnings that you've had from the Galilean Fellowship to your life as a Silliman?
So Galilean Fellowship as a Silliman. For me personally, I believe that we have already been applying those lessons even before this fellowship, even before we met. Our 4 years in Silliman taught us the values of a Silliman, how to be free, but at the same time how to be controlled, how to live our life day to day, and I really think that we've already experienced it.
So as for me, it's also like kind of the same thing. It's just also to recall the values that we know and to like apply these values in a way wherein we would be able to move forward, so that we would be like in this journey to reach wherever we want to be. Because you know, we all have different paths, but like we need to be like grounded into like some point that we know who we are as people, and those values will like push us to wherever we want to be.
I feel like they've already mentioned all the things that we need to say. However, I think as a Sillimanian, we really have to hold on to our faith, because ever since in junior high, I was studying my junior high school here in Silliman, we were taught about our faith in God and really have to, make a personal relationship with Him. And that really goes a long way, especially that we are already on the way to, board exam. So that's it. Really have to hold on to our faith, I think.
So my takeaway is same with Nessa's. I feel like I've been using all those na prior to coming to first year. Pero I feel like I forgot it on the way since we experienced the pandemic and all. So we came back here third year already. So it's a new experience for us. We only had 2 years of face-to-face and interacting with the campus and being a college student. So with the Galilean Fellowship, it reawakened the spark and made us remember those qualities that we need to personify in order to pass our exams and also be proud students of the alma mater.
Alright, so thank you so much to our seniors, and we do hope that you'll also be able to redirect yourself to the right path if you haven't still found it while you're still here. But I do hope also that you'll be able to ace your examinations
Good luck
after graduation.
For your board
of course,
exams.
manifesting 100% passing rate
for
pharmacy
pharma
department here at Silliman University. So, once again, this is
#Silliman.
Wow, what an eventful activity that we had for our coverage for the Galilean Fellowship in celebration of the University Christian Life Emphasis Month here at Silliman University. And it's really heartwarming to have had the chance to interact with our graduating seniors coming from the various colleges, institutes, and schools here at Silliman University. Now, Rich, how was your experience with the entirety of our coverage for the Galilean Fellowship?
Ryan, this entire experience was very inspiring, especially for us, as we got to witness firsthand how our seniors learn more about themselves, interact with others, and deepen their relationship with God. And I believe they have learned so much from this Galilean Fellowship, and these learnings will be with them even as they leave the halls of Silliman.
I agree with you, Rich, that this entire experience was really reflective and transformative among their lives, and I do wish them the best as they near the end of their college journey here at Silliman University. And to everyone who tuned in our coverage for the Galilean Fellowship this month, thank you so much for taking the time and effort. And once again, my name is Ryan Ibrahim.
And I am Rochelle Taub from the Silliman University League of Hosts. And this is #Silliman.